Alrighty. I'm gonna get onto the 114, I believe, is the next freeway I need to get onto. Okay, I just left KSI. I think that's what it's called, KSI. I wrote down 3 notes as I was leaving. This is what happened. I went in there. It was an Indian gentleman who was helping me. It was fine. Like, it wasn't that big of a deal. He was helpful enough. I got more information than I had 2 days ago, so that's all positive. I don't want to look stupid when I'm trying to sell things to people. I don't want to tell them things that aren't true. I don't want to give them limited options when, in fact, there are tons of options. I would like to be able to have them pick out of a few samples for me to easily be able to, hey, pick your top 3 and I'll get you physical samples of those. Get them their physical samples and then show them it after. I think that that's the way that I want to be able to do things. My ideal situation would probably be show them a catalog. They pick their top 3 options. I get them physical samples and then they can make a decision from there. I think that's the best way to go about things. I kind of figured in my mind, hey, I'll make a website. I'll take pictures of all the samples. I'll get pictures going of everything that I need, and I can get them to choose from there. Turns out KSI has a website. I'm not sure why Albert never told me or never referred me to the website, but that would have been actually super, super helpful. If I had at least been able to see the website, and then I can gather pictures myself and send pictures to the client. Even if it's a bad idea for some reason to send clients to the website, which I don't think it is. I think it's a fine idea to send clients to the website. But if I have the ability to see a frick ton of pictures, I know what the customer wants, I can pick out 6 options and send them 6 pictures. That's exactly what I did with Takai. If I had the ability to do that, that would just make my life so much easier, because one of the difficult things is helping a client choose what it is that they want when I don't even know what's possible. Having gone to this spot, having gone to KSI, I have a better understanding of what's possible. So I went there. The guy made me sign a release form. He took me back into the showroom area, or maybe it wasn't really the showroom, it was kind of the stocking area, and they had a bunch of samples back there. They probably had maybe 80 different types of quartz back there. I don't know what's readily available, so that's another thing. How do I figure out what is readily available? There's a question that I have. And I want to make people's lives as easy as possible, and I got a guy's phone number that hopefully I will be able to do that type of thing. But if I know what I want and I can ask someone, hey, is this readily available? Great, I'm going to get Albert to put it in order for me. But to kind of streamline things and make things operate faster, if I can pick up the phone and call the right people, and I can figure out how to get my customers what is cheap and easy and possible, and the more options I can give them with what is cheap and easy and possible, I think the better. The more resources I have to pull from, the better. And it is a little bit overwhelming to flip through the website and kind of like, oh my gosh, there's too many options. Like, if I could narrow it down and say, hey, here's the 6 best gray options. Let me know if you want to see any physical samples. They're $5 each, but I can get them ordered for us, and it's no problem. It's no big deal. I know that information now. I know that I can get samples ordered if I needed to. That's all that's all positive. I'm pretty stoked with all of that. Cool. Happy with that. The other things that I gained from going to this is I learned that I can order samples through their website. They cost $5, but I can order samples through their website. When I did Mr. Ty's job, he wanted a sample of the cabinets. He wanted a sample of a cabinet door to see what it would look like ahead of time. It would have been nice if there was just a place that I could put in an order and it sent me a sample. And it turns out that there is a place that I can just put in an order and it will send me a sample specifically for countertops, which is very, very helpful. It's very, that's the 14 freeway, not the 114. It's very, very helpful. It's very, very useful. I'm very glad that I know that information now, and I'm going to use that information in the future. As far as samples go with John, I do need to get John to build me a sample and paint me a sample. The good news is I am planning on going back and forth to John more often, at least at this point in time. And hopefully I should start kind of getting a list of samples from John. That would be a helpful thing for me to do. I mean, I can give people pictures. Pictures are good and dandy. If I get, that's where I want to go. If I can get a better catalog of pictures, that would be super helpful. And I could just build my own website to help people make all of these types of decisions. That might be a positive thing. I do want to make checklists to make sure that I get customers, all that type of information. The thing is, I don't know. The thing is, FaceTime with customers is good and it's important, because I think that's my selling point. My selling point is my personality and friendly ability to help people know what they want, and then all I need to do is help them execute on what they want. And I don't want them to think that they can have something that we can't execute on, but at the same time I don't want to limit their options based on my lack of knowing what they can execute on. So I'm a little bit in this spot of fear because I don't know what's possible all the time. I don't know what's practical all the time. I don't really know very much. Sometimes it's easier to just be able to confidently say, no, this isn't possible, and then the problem goes away. But, you know what? I want to know what is possible, so then I know that, hey, I know it's possible, but I know what I am not going to, I know what I'm not willing to do. And right now, I'm kind of willing to explore other options, but ultimately the easiest way to get the whole thing done is just to be able to get a customer to make a selection. Once I know what the customer wants, I can then just tell Albert, this is what the customer wants. I need this many slabs. Go do it for me. Go get it for me. Go. That would be positive and helpful. That would be positive and helpful. So, all that being said, I got a gentleman named Daniel's phone number. That's who Albert gets in contact with. I think that's who he puts in his orders with. Daniel on the phone said that Albert has been with him for 7 years. So that's all good and positive. I can order samples through the website, and I know that there is a website. Those are all things that I learned. Now Granite is that much easier. If I had known all of this a couple weeks ago with Sonny, I could have had him go through KSI's website, pick out the stone that he wanted. I could have gotten him a physical sample, and we could have made it super, super, super easy. I want to communicate with Sonny at the very least. Hey, I have the ability to do your cabinets in granite for you. And I have the ability to do your electrical for you. The rest of it that you seem to be good at, you should do that part of it. I should probably call him today and see what he thinks about this whole job. That might be a positive thing. That is my story about KSI. I think that's what I'll title this video, KSI. Maybe KSI trip. That'll be good. My next step is I'm driving to Lancaster. I'm driving to it's actually Rosemond. I'm driving to our cabinet shop in Rosemond. That's my next plan. Hoping to get some of our work knocked out today. Getting a little bit more good windshield time. I might film another video, but I don't know. As for right now, this is the end of KSI.